Hello, welcome. So, after I didn't stream for over a month, this is stream number 2 within 2 days. After the success yesterday, I thought I'll do this again today. I have 4 tables here and a couple of ones where I'm on the waiting list. And I've already played a few interesting hands, not done very well so far. Nothing dramatic, but also I played a 3-bet pot where I called with 5-4 suited. The flop came 4-3-3, and the guy checked, then bet the turn small, bet the river quite big. I thought I'd bluff catch, and he flopped quad threes. So yeah, so much to bluff catching. But it's early days, we still have a lot of poker to play. So let's see if we can continue our streak. I think I had about 4 or 5 sessions in a row now that went really well. So it wouldn't be a surprise if this one doesn't go that well, but we shall see. I'm happy either way, as long as I play well, as long as I make the right decisions, because that's what poker is about after all. So yeah, come join me, make a cup of tea. King Jack offsuit from really early position is a fold for me. Just checking if this is on. Yeah, looks like it. King Queen suited. Ace 10 off. We can just about raise from the low jack. Okay, we're getting 3-bet quite big and from quite early position still, so I am going to fold it even though it looks really nice. Here, this is a bit of an annoying one. Small 3-bet from the small blind. I am going to put in the 4-bet. Folding king queen off, by the way, under the gun. Putting in the 4-bet just because it's a small 3-bet there. I don't know what to make of it. It can be very strong, but it can also be not so strong. But since he jams, easy fold now. So he was probably inducing. So small 3-bet from SB and then 5-bet jam. That's okay. I can live with that. Queen and off, obviously a fold. Seven four suited. I'm gonna open this one. The reason is the big blind. That's the player who had the quad threes against me earlier, and I'm not saying that I'm doing this because I want revenge or anything like that. It's simply because I think that he's not the best player, and so I would like to play pots against him in position. Okay, we flop a pair here. Actually, it's even two pair. And I am going to get rid of these two. I'm gonna check again. Okay, he's three betting. This guy he loves three betting. Okay, we're gonna get another table open here. But actually, I do think four is enough. We do not really want this, so I'm going to leave the table. Sorry, this. Yeah, we can raise it. Yeah, we can fold it. Yeah, so this recreational player here, NE2 Rob, he is very aggressive. Not ideal to have him on my left. I do know how to play against him post-flop, but pre-flop he is a bit aggressive, so I need to be a bit more careful with what kind of hand I'm going to open. So yeah, Friday night here in Europe. I'm not sure if the games are really that good at the moment. These certainly don't seem to be amazing. We're playing 50 NL, by the way. And here we have 5-6 suited. That is my one suited connector that I will open from early position. I don't like suited connectors if you know me. But this is the hand that I open, and it's great to take it down with 6 high. I bluffed everyone in this pot. Ace 9 off. Don't be tempted to open this one from early position. Okay, so this is another very aggressive player, Yana Banana. I'm not going to get involved in the small blind with ace 8 suited. Here we have king jack off. And this is an aggressive player. I'm still going to raise him. With my king jack off. This is quite thin. And the problem is now we're getting cold 4-bet by this player who normally doesn't get out of line too much. Although that said, cold 4-bet shoved pocket sixes I have as a note. Still, I'm gonna fold this one now. Yeah, so not a lot going for us so far. But as I said, it's early days, it can change. King 9 suited. I'm going to 3-bet this. This is obviously bottom of my 3-betting range in the small blind. But this time we got it through, so that's excellent. So if you're sticking around here, come say hi in the chat. Don't be shy. But of course, feel free to just watch. Okay, so on this board, I am just going to start with a check. He is an aggressive player. Ace 2 suited. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna fold. I mean, here I'm going to check again. And the king is of course good for me, but I don't think I can really get him to fold. There's no point. We have some showdown value. Oh, look at that. He called with ace 10. So that's great. Didn't win a big pot, but we'll take it. Played it passively because I had showdown value. He is capable of check raising me as a bluff as well, so I didn't really feel like wanting to get too involved there. Ten-5 offsuit, my favorite hand. It is not. Ace queen on the button. That's a hand that we will most likely play. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to go quite big here. On the button, I like to make it a bit bigger when I 3-bet. And we get it through again. No complaints there. Another playable hand. I'm getting 3-bet once again. I mean, this is quite borderline now, but because of the antes, it only makes it 3x. I am going to call this one. It's kind of a low frequency call because this is a problem now with the king there. If he keeps putting a lot of money in there, I'm kind of lost. So I am definitely going to check call once, probably going to check call twice, but I think if it triple barrels, I won't call, and this is now really annoying. This is obviously not a great card for me. And of course, now comes the bet. And we have to be good 25% of the time. I mean, he doesn't have a king. It's just a question whether he lucked into that ace. I do think it's kind of borderline. I'm going to call here, but it's borderline. He probably has an ace there. Yeah, ace 8 suited. The thing is, he can also have a lot of queen jacks and cards like that. Anyway, here already the next one. Calling with pocket nines. Flopping. Pretty nice set there. I'm gonna go for a small bet, quarter pot. Get snap called. Have a boat now. The thing is, I just don't think he has anything big. I'm gonna go again rather small, just in case he does have an overpair that he might check raise. Okay, and now question is how many king x hands does he have? Queens, jacks wouldn't. I'm definitely gonna bet. The question is, do I want to go all in or not? I'm gonna go all in. He might have lucked into a ace king there. Sadly not. The thing is, if he has queens or jacks, that's just like he will probably fold them anyway. But the problem is, I won't maximize against the king if I go small. Still not entirely sure if that was the right play to go all in there. So here I started with a check. This would be a board that I would bet big on, King Jack. And he now overbets it. This guy is 3-betting me again. Okay, I'm gonna fold here, although it's probably full of it. But at least our 4-bet got through. That is excellent. Okay, these are not exactly playable hands. More of this. Now we just get a walk. Cool. King, queen. Look at this, king, queen here, and then king, king, queen, queen on this board on the other table. Well, here we have a limper. That is interesting. I think I'm just gonna check here. First of all, he could be a tricky limper. Secondly, I don't think he would. He will limp with really weak hands because they limp from under the gun. So that, not knowing the player, I think he could have some stronger hands anyway. Now he goes half pot. Obviously, now I'm calling with top pair, good kicker. He checks again. 6 is not amazing. I'm still gonna go for value because he could have a weaker. Okay, here. Just 3-betting 5-6 suited against early position. Razor. Okay, so he folded on the top left, unfortunately. But that suggests that he really just is a limper. Okay, again, we win it with 6 high. Yippee. So 3-bet 5-6 suited against this aggressive early position razor, and he folded. Oh, what is that? Do we have a... Oh no, what happened? What happened there? Oh, this is another table here. Oh, I didn't quite understand what was going on there, but fine. Yeah, I don't want to open more than 4 tables when I stream, because otherwise it gets a bit too much. I would normally play more, but not here in this case. Okay, so here I'm just gonna start with a range bet. Got 2 overs and a couple of backdoors. Yeah, I can get raised, but I'm definitely continuing here with this hand. That is not exactly the kind of turn I was hoping for. So that is a fold here. We can overbet this turn after it goes check, check, and he checks again. And he quickly folds. King Jack, of course, we'll open this one. Okay, ace-8 suited. I'm not gonna get involved against an early position raise. Here we have an open-ender. Going to c-bet it against the big blind. Getting check raised once again. That is okay. We can definitely call. Now that he checks, that's interesting. I'm gonna go with a bet. I might even have the best hand if he has a flush draw that's not the ace flush draw. Okay, and we're getting jammed on, which is not great. That is unfortunate. That is of course the risk if you bet there on the turn, but I did not expect that. So yes, there is a small chance that this was going to happen. So we have to fold, unfortunately. A6 called this one. And he checks, and I'm going to check again. Okay, so we have showdown value, probably not even that much. I assume that, but I think there's a high chance that he also has an ace. He does have an ace, and he gets there on the river. Yeah. Okay. Well, we were ahead all the time, and then he hits his 3-outer on the river. Yeah, so as I said today, I kind of expected that the session wouldn't be that great after we had a few really good ones in a row. And so far this is definitely true, but all good. We still have time, and you know how it is sometimes. One nice big pot and everything can look much better. Okay, now I am going to 3-bet this guy again. I know he is aggressive and he opened from the low jack, but that doesn't mean that he necessarily has a super strong hand. And he folds again. Great. Got a walk on the top right. Ten nine. One position later in the cutoff I would open this hand. Not so big a fan of opening a suited connector in the hijack. King 9 suited on the button. Okay, there's a call, so we're definitely going to raise this one up. We're going to make it 7 big blinds, so this incentivize other players to either call or 3-bet light. Well, that didn't really work, so we got any 2 Rob calling in the small blind. And with pocket 8s, we have an easy call here, don't want to squeeze. Here I am going to check this one, because I think he might take a stab with something. Of course the 10's not great, because he could easily have a 10. I'm just checking again, hoping that there's no spade. There is no spade, so we can either go for... Whoa, look at this. Well, last time he went so big, he had it. But, I mean, we played this so passively. We have top pair. I am just gonna call. And he rivered a boat there. Oh my goodness. And this is like really annoying now with the pocket 8s there. Am I ever good there? If I call, I mean, I'm getting decent odds, and I think that it's possible that neither of them has a king. I am just gonna call this for this sort of money. Yeah, and I do win it. Haha, yes. That's great, but I mean the guy with the ace high there had no business betting there. Right, so here with the ace jack, I'm just gonna call even though it's quite big. King queen, I am gonna fold. Okay, this is not great, but here I just wanted to check this again. Yeah, so the guy with queen 7 suited, you bet there, that's fair enough to try to steal it, but then still go a bit bigger. And this guy calling with ace high, with having me behind, is not ideal. I mean, he got the right idea that the guy was... Here we have a really big draw. Here, I'm just gonna check again with my top pair, allowing him to get there once again, as usual. I'm gonna just check. And now I'm gonna overbet this river with an ace. Unfortunately, this time we get a fold from him. So okay, pocket 9s. I want to... Yeah, the problem here is... Still gonna raise this one. This only started the hand with 60 big blinds. And to fold it, so that's a great outcome with our 9s. Jack 10 off from the cutoff is quite marginal, but of course after someone raises it's a fold. So actually I'm glad that he raised, because against this aggressive big blind there, I wouldn't have loved opening Jack 10 off, but on the other hand I would have had to. Okay, this is interesting. I am going to 3-bet my 8. And we get a fold again. Queen 10 suited. McCusker raises the cutoff to 3 bigs. This guy, I believe, is the guy who opened limp, although I'm not sure. I won't save it. Oh, now he 3-bets, so easy fold. We got 7 deuce once again. Is it suited in the big blind? This might be one we could play. King 9 off. It's also one that I'm gonna raise in the small blind. Now I'm just going to go for a bet with my gut shot. Get snap called there. Here I can fold with this action. Pocket 8s is of course a call. It's an early position raise. This is a donk. And here, is there any merit in trying to bluff this? I am going to try. And here we have pocket queens, so I'm just gonna call pocket queens against an early position raise, and we have a pretty decent hand. Right here we are going to continue with a check now. Is this the guy? I think I'm... No, I'm going to check raise this with top set. And here we can go for a little block bet on the river. Unfortunately, yeah, he folded on both boards. This was the same opponent. Okay, we have ace king on the top right. Pocket threes in the small blind is a fold. Don't call these sort of hands in the small blind. Okay, no action with ace king. That's fine. Okay, let's open this hand from the hijack. Okay, we get a call there. Gonna start with a small c-bet, even though we don't have much going for us. Okay, 6-3 suited. I'm gonna limp this one, because I want to play hands against this player, but it's not a hand I want to put a lot of money in. And now I'm going to go with a small bet in the hope that he completely whiffed. Well, that is not the case. So I was considering going for a bet there, but unfortunately this will have to be a check fold. It's annoying because he is really not a great player, and I have him on 2 tables, but on both of them he is right directly to my left. And that of course isn't very helpful. Yeah, not exactly playable hand, even though some players would call 9 deuce suited in the big blind. Hmm, 9-6 off, not good either. Okay, all of these. No, thank you. Okay, so with him raising, I'm out now. It's great that we have a few limpers of finally Friday night happening with a few recreational players joining. Jack 7 suited, we can open this one on the button. Open ender. Bet half pot, definitely calling with an open ender. Okay, gonna go quite big now. Gonna check now that I got top pair. Well, not anymore, but I had that. And I'm gonna go for a fairly big bet, thin value. Getting call. Oh, he had a king. Okay, well, that was. I went for thin value and he rivered top pair. So yeah, I put in money on 3 out of 4 streets, exactly the 3 streets where I was behind. And I did not put any money in when I was ahead. Okay, Queen 10 in the big blind. This is gonna be a call. Flopping second pair. Predictable c-bet comes. We are going to call. What is happening here? Bottom left, I don't get it. Well, I'm gonna go something like this. Pocket kings, pretty good hand. This guy now overbets this turn. Clearly a reg, and we are going to call once again. And checking this river. This guy is driving me mad. Okay, so we won that one. So that I kind of expected. I'm gonna call with ace jack suited. With kings, looks like no action. Well, a little bit of action. Definitely calling here with ace jack. Here we're starting out with a c-bet on our kings. Continuous barreling, that's interesting. I am going to overbet this now. Here, I'm gonna call for a half pot. And this is interesting now. Do I want to turn this into a bluff? I think I am going to turn it into a bluff. And he snap folds. That's good. Ooh, aces for the first time in a while. I don't think I've seen many of them, but we'll probably just get a walk. Against this guy called Mama Liga. No, he does raise. That is excellent. Obviously 3-betting with our aces. Ooh, he's 4-betting us. Nice. Well, shall we jam or shall we just call? I mean, there are merits for both. I am just gonna call this one. I almost clicked the fold button. Okay, he just jammed, right? So that is an easy one. Okay, at pocket tens. That is fine. And we take both boards. Thank you. Sorry, Mama Liga, which means polenta in Romanian. Okay, so here I am gonna go with a raise to 7 big blinds with pocket sevens. Taking it down. I think Mama Liga had enough. He might be leaving the table. Okay, ace 5 suited. I could four bet. Ooh, aces again, but I'm just gonna call with this hand. But it's quite big. I'm gonna fold. If we bet so big. Okay, with our aces, we'll have to three bet again, of course. Would be nice to get a four bet again. Not this time. Okay, limps, which means that I'm going to raise this one. Okay, we flop second pair. I'll start with a small c bet. Getting check raised in a three bet pot. Interesting. Of course, I'm going to call here. Continues barreling, which is interesting. Okay, I'll let it go then. I feel like in the three bet pot, check raise, and then continuing to bet big on the turn, that is pretty strong. Of course, it doesn't have to be, but I think this is probably a bit more on the stronger side. Well, that's fine. Ace 8 again in the big blind, but this time offsuit. And this guy is a known limper, so against him I'm definitely gonna raise. And this time he folds. Now we're opening ace 3 off. Jack 10 suited against an early position raise. I'm still gonna 3 bet this one. It's a nice hand. And if you make a straight with Jack 10, it's always the nut straight. There's no possibility that it's not, so that's quite cool. Only learned that not too long ago. Okay, we can raise this guy again with ace 9 now. This time it does call. He comes out donking, but it's half pot donk there. Normally against donks I would continue, but I think not that half pot is that strong, but I think 6 big blinds is quite a bit, so I'm folding this one. Okay, another limper. That was a snap check. And check again, no reason to bet now. And okay, so he snap checked. OL snap checked when he had nothing. Well, that's great to know. That means this is the type of player that is quite face up. When he snap checks, he usually probably has nothing, and if he bets, then I have to be very careful. Okay. Raising King Jack offsuit. Raising Ace Queen off. Okay, so this is this player now where I said he's passive. Now he 3 bets, but he's a tiny 3-bet. Definitely gonna call, but we miss everything. The thing is, he just... Okay, so he clearly doesn't want... Okay, here we are going to 4-bet. Well, he called there again. I just think he has ace king. I'm just trying to get him off that. And we did get him off whatever he had, which is excellent. And we got the 4-bet through with ace queen as well. Look at this, it's running hot now. Yeah, so this was a bit ambitious against this fishy player. When he min clicks us pre-flop, then check calls the flop. So that was what I was saying earlier. He snap checked when he didn't have anything, and now he also checked. So I thought that he just doesn't have anything there. So I made a small c bet, got him to call. Then on the turn he came out leading with just 1 big blind. So then I raised him there. He called again, and then I thought on the river I need to go really big to get ace king to fold. It actually wasn't even that big. It was like 2/3 or so. Okay, so here against this reg we started and we with check check on the flop. Now he bets the turn. I will check call this and I will give him another chance to either bluff or go for thin value. Didn't work. Hey, ace 8, it's again this player. I'm going to raise him again. This time I need to rob it enough. He called 3 bets us. Whoa. Okay, we're up against 2 players out of position against both of them, so just starting with a check. Okay, this player a bit small. That could be indicative of an ace. But I'm still going to call. Okay, he checks the turn. Okay, so then we win. That's great. Right here, this is annoying. It's just not good. I can't really do much here, even though it's only a 3x raise. But I got ace jack offsuit, and then I got this guy who called there as well. Pocket sixes. I'm just gonna check because I don't think I'll get much here. I'm gonna check because I want to see. Okay, he bets 1 big blind. I'm not scared of that. Definitely calling. Let's see. Now his size is up to 2 big blinds. Still calling. Now 3 big blinds. I mean, it could well be a 9 or better, but I'm just gonna call this. This will be so mergy. Okay, even at a 3, right? Okay. Fair enough. You got me there. Got me there, buddy. Oh, look at this. I would have had top 2 pair, but I would probably never have reached this river. He only had king jack and I folded ace jack. Oh. Small squeeze from SB with king jack. Oh, that's actually pretty horrendous. Okay, we're raising ace 10 off on this table. It's a bit thin, but take it down. Okay, ace queen. Definitely 3-betting this one. Okay, getting called by this player, and actually it's 2 players, but that's fine. We are certainly going to c-bet this one. C-betting small in a multi-way 3-bet pot. And both fold. Great. I mean, I did have the best hand there for sure, and I would have liked a call, but when I say great, it's just, yeah, fine. And the hand is over. I did win it. Ace queen again. Okay, pocket eights. I'm not gonna squeeze this one. I'm gonna just call. Okay, queen. Certainly not great. I'm gonna overbet this one with ace queen because he's definitely not going to fold on ace. Here I called with pocket eights. It's quite marginal because I have a player behind me and I already only have second pair. But I figured I want to see a river, but when he bets so big, I mean, we could have a missed flush draw there, but I'm just gonna fold for this size. Okay, so here, do I want to risk cold? 4-bet with king 9 suited. I'm gonna do it against these regs. He calls. Okay, so I'm gonna go real small here. And no action with kings again. Going to bet again. If he doesn't have an ace or better, well, he would fold, but he check jams, so unfortunately this is quite strong. And so I shall have to give up. Just tanking a bit. But absolutely going to fold. Yeah, that didn't go well, but happens. Getting 3-bet, have to fold. Getting 3-bet once again, have to fold, both times quite at the bottom of my range, but also could of course have 4-bet, but preferred not to. Still don't really get it. What's going on here? I'm gonna c-bet this simply because for protection. Okay. Can I get him to call with anything weaker here? Oh, really? So yeah, I figured that was probably good, but I didn't really have the hand to block bet the river. That's interesting. This pot. I've got over 300 big blinds here. That's cool. We'll probably finish in positive territory even, which I did not expect. But I had this one hand with aces versus tens. Flop all in, and we held. Otherwise, that could have been a bad day. Right, so this is it. Thank you very much for watching. We're about $50 up, I think, at 50 NL. Not too shabby. Hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.